Sage's Sanctuary. Lessons from difficult relationships on the spiritual path. Dear beloved sages, welcome back to our little sanctuary, a cocoon of love, transformation, and shared wisdom. Today, I want to open my heart and share with you the profound insights I've gained from some of the most challenging relationships in my life. It's a journey that has tested my spirit. Yet within those trials, I've unearthed the most valuable gems of wisdom. For many of us, relationships can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, they can uplift us, inspire growth, and create a sense of community. On the other, they can bring pain, confusion, and heartache. As I reflect on my experiences with a narcissistic husband and parent, I'm reminded of how these difficult dynamics were, in fact, powerful teachers on my spiritual path. The mirror of narcissism. Life with a narcissistic partner created an ever-present emotional turbulence. At times, I felt as though I was living in an alternate reality where love was a weapon used against me, boundaries blurred, and I often lost myself in the storm. But throughout this tempest, I learned that such intense relationships can be like mirrors reflecting the most hidden corners of our souls. The pain I endured was an invitation to explore my own insecurities and fears. Rather than simply blaming the other person, I realized I needed to take responsibility for my own emotional well-being. I learned to ask myself, what does this relationship reveal about me? Where do I need to cultivate strength, compassion, or forgiveness for myself? In navigating these difficult terrains, I discovered the strength of self-advocacy. The lessons were not just about identifying red flags or learning to set healthy boundaries. They were also about realizing that I possessed the power to claim my own narrative. By understanding my worth, I became less willing to tolerate unhealthy dynamics. Lessons in boundaries and self-love. My journey with a narcissistic parent echoed these sentiments, presenting its own unique set of challenges. The longing for approval can easily morph into a quest for validation, often at the expense of our own needs. But through this relationship, I learned that boundaries are not walls that divide us. They are sacred spaces of self-respect and love. Establishing boundaries with a narcissistic parent was not easy. Each time I asserted my needs, I felt both fear and liberation. Fear of rejection, yet a deep breath of freedom when standing grounded in my truth. I began to see boundaries as an expression of self-love, a way to protect my inner peace and honor my spirit. Courageous compassion. Interestingly, my experiences with difficult people also taught me the importance of compassion, not just towards them, but towards myself. This is where many of us struggle. When dealing with challenging relationships, it's easy to play the blame game, to assign cruelty, and to hold on to resentment. However, as I traversed my path, I discovered that forgiveness does not mean condoning their behavior. Rather, it's a commitment to free my heart from anger and bitterness. When I learned to extend compassion to my difficult relationships, I also began to turn that same understanding inward. I embraced my imperfections, my struggles, and my emotional scars with love. I found that being gentle with myself was a vital part of my healing process, a reminder that we are all human, navigating the complexities of life as best we can. A call to transformation. To my dear sages, I invite you to reflect on your own relationships. Consider those that challenge you the most. What can you learn from them? How can you cultivate growth and transformation in your interactions, even when the energy feels heavy? Here are a few questions to ponder. What do you see reflected in your challenging relationships? Take a moment to journal on this. Let the insights flow without judgment. How can you establish healthy boundaries? Begin with small steps. What needs to change for you to prioritize your emotional well-being? What does self-compassion look like for you? Find ways to nurture yourself amidst the storms of difficult dynamics. Can you practice forgiveness, both for them and for yourself? Remember, forgiveness is a pathway to freedom, releasing the chains that bind us. Dear friends, let's view challenging relationships as opportunities for growth, for they indeed bring us the most profound lessons. Embrace the journey with love and courage, and may we continue to support and uplift one another as we navigate the beautiful, messy tapestry of life. In love and light, Barbara Mustafa. Sage's Sanctuary.